Hi everyone and welcome to episode 35 of United City Randomiser. Since we last met, which was at the end of December of 2021, where we beat Hamburg 1-0, we've had a January transfer window and we've had 3 games, 2 of which we won quite comfortably. The third we got absolutely whooped by Leverkusen very comfortably. Disappointing, but they are a very good side and so it wasn't too much of a surprise. But what that has meant so far in the early part of February, we're on the 1st of February, is that we now sit in 3rd in the league, which is amazing. We're on 36 points. You can see that we're close to 2nd and not too far off of 1st really, but that's not what the important thing is. You can see that we're getting a little bit of a gap in terms of staying in the Europa League spaces at the minimum. And that, after all, is what we're trying to achieve this season, is minimum finishing 6th. Anything above that would be a bonus and something that I'd be really amazed by and pleased with. And so far, we're looking good for it. The last couple of games, as I said, have been a couple of wins and a loss, which is, one of those things. It's a bit inconsistent, but that's where we are. You can see that our finances are still bad at -9 million. They're not going to get better this season, but once all the prize money comes in at the end of this season, my hope is to reset our finances for next season in a slightly better way and be more profitable. So watch out for that at the end of this season, beginning of next season. But of course there was also, as I mentioned, the January transfer window, and we did do a couple of bits in it. One because we had to, a couple because we wanted to. So here we go. Let's go and have a look in at what we wanted to do. First one was to take Burnich permanently from Borussia Dortmund at the end of the season when his contract runs out. So that cost us nothing. He's been with us for the last few seasons. He's a good player, but he's also a decent young German player. So it's worth having him in the squad. He's never going to be total first team player, I don't think. He'll always be a little bit of a rotation backup type player, but he is really worth having in the club. So Burnich has come in on a free transfer for next season, and so also has Mason Mount. His contract ran out at the end of this season with Chelsea. We'll go in and have a look at him. You can see what I bought him in for is we have Marin that plays in this Metzala role here in our team, and Mount will come in and replace Marin probably. Because one, he can play the Metzala role very well, but 2, when we play the Gegenpress, he can play on the attacking midfield line very well also, and Marin struggles a little bit with the adaptation to playing in that role. So I thought that between Gravenberch and Mount, we now have 2 players that are more suited to playing the dual role that I need them to play within our 3 systems that we play. So a lot of the time they'll both play as the Metzala in the centre of midfield when we're playing our control possession or our counter-attacking style. But then occasionally when we want to play the Gegenpress, they can play higher up the pitch and do a slightly better job of it than Marin. Marin has not done badly for us. We'll see whether we keep him as an option in the squad because he can play in a couple of positions more on the central midfield line. He might stay, but he might not. It depends what sort of money we can get for him as well. But Mount has come in for next season. So that's good. You can see he's on loan at Augsburg right now, and he's not doing badly. He's not doing brilliantly, but I think we can get more out of him. He's got some decent all-round stats. Maybe physicals are a little low, but other than that, I'm very pleased to have him in. So those were the 2 bits of business that we decided we wanted to do because, of course, we don't have any money, but we could do these for next season on free transfers. The thing that we had to do turned out to be bringing in a replacement for Omaru, who got bought up by Wolfsburg for 7.5 million, which was a release clause that I'd forgotten, to be honest, that he had. They came in with it. I couldn't do anything about it. So in the end, we had to go and find an alternative. You can also see that Hahn has gone. He just wasn't performing well enough to get into the first team. So we made a little bit of money there, but then we had to spend a little bit of money to get a replacement for Omaru. And the replacement is not brilliant, but not bad, I would say. He's a decent central defender. His name's Benedict Gimber, and he came in for 1.5 million, which I thought was decent value for what we got. And you can see that he's got current ability of 3 stars. He's got the potential for another half star on top of that. And I think all round, he's not bad at all. We'll have to wait and see how good he is as he plays a bit. But he was certainly as good as we could find in the January transfer window. It might be a position that we go and have a look again at in the summer, maybe. But, you know, we'll have to see how the second half of the season progresses. But for now, Benedict Gimber is in the squad instead of Omaru. Thanks to Omaru for what he did for us, but he moved on and I couldn't do anything about it. So we have to move on as well. And this is the best option I could find. And, you know, again, he's German, which helps us to keep a core group of players of the German nationality in our squad, which is always a positive thing to try and do. So what's that left us? So we're in 3rd place. We've got a new central defender. We've got a couple of midfielders, one joining permanently from his loan and another coming into the club permanently in the summer, so that's good. We couldn't find any other free transfers that were worth it, but I did have a look around. For the second half of the season, we currently sit in 3rd. I really will be happy with anywhere in the top 6, but anywhere above 6th I think is a real bonus and a real positive for us. It might be a challenge simply because we've had to reshape our backline a little bit because of the new addition. But all in all, I think we've got a decent chance because of the fact that we've got a sort of 6-7 point gap, 8 point gap to sort of losing the Europa League spot at the very least. So that's where we sit. Today is not about the league though. Today is a first opportunity, I think probably, for us on these episodes to play a cup game. We've made it into February still in the Cup, which I think is probably a record for us so far. We haven't done very well in the Cup competitions. And today in the Cup, we play Hoffenheim. And you can see in terms of league stuff, they're sitting in 8th, we're sitting in 3rd. So they're going to be tough. They're going to be a difficult team to play. We're away from home, which is unfortunate. But I think we've got a decent opportunity. We're going to play our first team side. Sorry, couldn't get my words out again. So we'll go into the tactics page and show you what we've got in terms of our team for today. So we've got Greitbust in goal, Cruiser at right back, Heiss at left back. We've now got the new central defensive partnership of Gimber and Kempf. We've got Silva as the deep line playmaker, El Neni in the central midfield support role, Gravenberch as the Metzala, Wilson on the left, Malcolm on the right, and Mecca up top. The goal, Klunter, Burnich, Siflidis, Gundogdu, Davies and Fabio Silva are on the bench. That's our side. They're all pretty fit. We've been able to rotate players enough to keep everybody healthy and fit, which is really positive. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you at this point. So let's get into the game and see what happens. So in terms of team talk, because we got so badly beaten by Leverkusen in our last match, I decided to go aggressive and say that I was expecting a much better performance from the guys tonight. You can see that that's done a little bit of motivating, that's fine, but I just wanted to really let them know that I wasn't impressed by the last game, that we needed to do something about it. So hopefully that will inspire them as we go into kick-off, and it's obviously Hoffenheim at home. They get kick-off to start the first half, and we'll see in the first half whether we can actually control the possession or not, or whether we might have to change to one of our other options early in the game because it's not working. We'll find out. But bit of a scramble in the penalty area there from one of their crosses on their corner, but eventually we get it. Oh no. Oh, I was going to say we eventually get it cleared up, and we did. And then look what happens. Greitbust puts the ball down, goes to pass it to Silva, who gets it back, boots it at Silva's head, and it goes in our own goal. And it's an own goal by Silva, who probably now doesn't actually know where he is because he got the ball booted at his head, for goodness sake. What can you do about that? You can't do anything about that. But we find ourselves 1-0 down, and they've had 3 attempts on goal, none on target, and have got a goal from it with 69% of the possession, and we've done absolutely nothing so far other than gift them an early goal. And we now find ourselves 19 minutes in, and we're still doing absolutely nothing in the game. Nothing's happened since that point. I think everybody's in stunned amazement. And I'm not happy with how it looks. I mean, I've paused the game. They've had 4 shots on goal with 60% of possession. In our controlled possession style of play, we're not doing so, and we've had no chances at all. So I'm going to change something, because you can't just sit and wait for something magical to happen sometimes. So I won't go to the gegenpress just now. I think I'll go to our counter-attack, see if we can draw them onto us a little bit more, and then counter-attack them and see if we can get something from that. But yeah, so far it's been really, really, really poor and a bit unfortunate. Hey ho, there you go. So we've now changed to the counter-attacking style. Hopefully that will get us into the game a little bit, but you know, by the looks of it, maybe it won't, and it's going to be a very bad first half for us. We haven't had a single shot on goal, no efforts at all, and they've had too many for my liking. I'm completely stunned. Oh yeah, there you go. There's a first attempt at goal. Even though we didn't actually get it on target, but we still got an opportunity at goal, which is something, I guess, to end the first half with. What a really poor first half. They've been very dominant, and we've been really unfortunate because of Greitbus kicking the ball at Silva's head. Oh, sometimes Football Manager's just funny. Whatever, whether it should be or not. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have to go in and be aggressive, aren't I? Again, continue that from the beginning of the game and say... yeah, let's go with the media have given you a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display, for goodness sake. You can see that's done a bit of motivating. The midfield isn't particularly happy with it, and some of the defence. I'm going to go in and passionately tell them that no, I can't tell them that you weren't that bad, but I believe you can still improve. I'm not going to tell them that they're not that bad, because they were, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And get back into the game. Are we going to change to the gegenpress early? Yeah, why not? Let's go and change to the gegenpress to start the second half with, and see if we can catch them out a little bit, catch them by surprise. Switch those two over. So, yeah, what's he? Let's change that slightly so he's playing in a more preferred style. In his debut, you know, I think he wasn't at fault with the goal. Hasn't done brilliantly, but look at that. I mean, nobody's playing well, are they? The only one that's got anywhere is Greitbus a little bit, and it was his error that led to the goal. So even he's doing really badly, really. So anyway, stop talking and get back into the game, Kev, for goodness sake. So here we are on the highlight from kickoff in the second half. Can we build up to something early? No, we can't quite. But let's hope the gegenpress really can do something to arrest the slide on this particular game. It's not doing well at all, is it? Here's an opportunity for them to get a free kick in. They get a header on the far post. There was like 2-on-1 against our defender on the far post, it felt like. And they squeeze a header into the top corner, I think, in the near post. Let's check that out. Look at that. 3 players on 1 at the back post, which isn't great. Greitbus got a hand on it. Should have done better, potentially. But, you know, there you go. 2-0 down in the cup. Looks like we're not going to potentially get any further, which is really disappointing. I hoped that we would do a decent cup run this time round, but it isn't working out. And look at those ratings. They're shocking. I'm going to have to go and change a couple of players. I'm not happy with how they're doing. Again, Hoffenheim get an opportunity to build up from the back. They sweep it out wide onto the left-hand side, who cuts in more centrally. And Fruit, was he offside? I think he might have been offside. I'm going to wait on that one. Yeah, the goal won't stand. I think that was fairly obvious. He was quite a way offside, really. So no worries on that one. But yeah, my player ratings are not good enough, and I'm going to have to go and change something. Look, we've got a 6.2. We've got a 6.3. Both of those are coming off. So Klunter can come on for Cruiser, and Wilson can come off, and Davies can come on. I think I'll leave the other one just for like 10 minutes or so. But really, really not happy with the way that they're playing. I think I might even shout at them from the side of the pitch. Let's see. Show some passion. Let's do that for all of the positions in the team. Hopefully that will do something. because nothing else is working quite right now, is it really? Hoffenheim have been really, really dominant. I'm not really sure why, really, because we came in with all right form other than the last game, of course, and we're higher than them in the table, but they've just taken home advantage and really buried us so far. El Neni's got a yellow card, so is he going to be the one we take off? Nope, I'm going to put Silva on up front and hope that he can get one or two opportunities where Mecca didn't. And El Neni's just going to have to behave himself for the last 10-15 minutes of the game and not get sent off. Here's a cross for them in the corner, and again they have a decent opportunity on the edge of the box, but they blast it over the top on that occasion. We're not particularly great at clearing our corners, it feels like, at the moment, but yeah, something to work on. But it's going to be a real damp game, isn't it? We're going to drift into nothingness. There's nothing else I can do particularly. We've been through our 3 tactics and none of them have worked. I mean, I could just blitz everybody up front, but I feel like we'd just get absolutely annihilated even more if we do that at this point. Very, very disappointing. We're going to go out the cup competition. I'm not happy about it. Nobody's played well for us at all. And even if they get a late opportunity here, I don't think I'm going to change that thought, really. They haven't played well enough. There's a long shot eventually from a decent enough build-up play by Malcolm, who just puts it straight at the goalkeeper, though, really. And that's going to be it. I don't know what to say, really. A really comical first few minutes of the game. Really disappointing second goal, really, from Greitbust in terms of not being able to keep the ball out the back of the net on that second goal. And literally nobody played well. That's just really, really awful. So we're going to tell them that it was really, really awful, and we're not going to beat about the bush about it. I'm far from pleased. It's just really, really poor. Fortunately, that's not disrupted our league campaign at all by such a poor performance. We're going to have to really G them up for the next match, I think. Let's go in and see what the next opportunity for us to meet in an episode is. See what the game's coming up. That's just going to tell us that, Gimba made a disappointing debut, I guess, in the end. And we succumbed to a bad result. But, yeah, there we are. That's now done. So, what are we going to do? We're going to probably come back about Leipzig time at the end of February, play that game. And yeah, then look forward to the last couple of months of the season. But we've probably got another 3 or 4 episodes in these games to play. So yeah, next time out will be Leipzig. Let's hope for a much better. Let's hope for a much better performance, I was going to say, but I can't even get that out. So we're doing really well. Anyway, stop rambling. That's the end of this particular episode. I'm so sorry it was so bad. Thanks for joining me anyway. If you're enjoying the series, do subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with vids. If you enjoyed this complete chaos mad episode and you want to chuck a like on it, please do that too. It really helps the channel. And until next time, enjoy Football Manager if you're playing it. And I'll see you for the next episode of United City Randomiser. So bye for now. So sorry. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.